Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm a coach and a channel, and welcome back to my weekly series called Spirit School. This is a series where I invite forward the spirit guides every single week to teach us something new. And my only ask from them is that they intrigue me. I just want to be inspired and I just want them to spark my curiosity and allow me to just ask questions essentially until I'm satisfied. I'm a really deeply curious person. And so I have been having a lot of fun with these episodes, just expanding my mind, opening my heart, and seeing what we can discover together. And so the way this works is I close my eyes, I tune in with them, and I just see what they want to teach us today. But before I get started, I really want to extend the invitation to you. If there's something that's been on your mind that you've been curious about, that you haven't been able to uncover and answer, and that is I guess, deep enough to satisfy you in some way, or something that you've always wondered about, but or been curious about, but haven't really gotten a straight answer for, ask me. Comment below or private message me on social media at Amanda Lauren Blau on TikTok or Instagram, or you could even email me through my website, amandalaurenblau.com, and just ask. And we can turn it into an entire episode and explore what the guides have to say about it together. So, that being said, today I actually came into this session with a specific question in mind. Usually I leave it open for them to determine what they want to share, but there was something that they said in a previous episode, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember which one it was. Sometimes I channel these things and it goes in one ear, out the next, and I don't fully remember what was said, and I have to go back and rewatch it in order to remember. But they said something in passing that I made a note of and that I've been contemplating ever since. And it was the idea that we are always supported. Period. End of story. And that really interested me because it doesn't often feel like that's true. I have gone through my entire life with the belief system that it's up to me. It is completely up to me in order to determine how my life goes. It's up to me to make the right decisions. It's up to me to work extremely hard. It's up to me to never give up. And it's up to me to pick myself up when things don't go my way and believe in myself and trust myself. And that can feel very empowering, but it can also feel very lonely because it lends itself to the idea that you're on your own and everything is up to you. And they just kept saying, you are always supported. You are always supported, always. And we didn't get into the how or the why of that because we were talking about something else. So I really wanted to explore that on a deeper level today and just see what they have to say about that, how that really works, what they really mean by that, and how that plays out for us in our lives and how we can trust that that's true or even test if that's true. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to tune into them and see what they want to share about that with us today. Give me a second. They're showing me this image of it's like the feeling that you get when you're on the precipice of taking a leap and it feels really terrifying. It's like that butterfly feeling. So they're showing me an example of like you're standing on the edge of a cliff about to do a bungee jump and you know you're going to be plummeting down. And it's that feeling of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like this is terrifying, but also highly exciting and you are just trust falling and you know at the back of your mind that you're going to be safe and you're going to bounce right back up again, but there's this massive need for trust. Trust that you're going to be carried, trust that everyone's going to do their job properly, and trust that whatever's meant to be will be. And if you're going to walk away okay from this situation, it's because you were meant to. And that there's something really fun about taking that jump and just feeling your body plummeting and feeling this like freedom of light. And we don't really have many, is that true? We don't take, they're saying, many opportunities in our lives to feel that level of a rush because we shy away from things that precipitate that. It takes a very certain type of person, they're saying, to go out looking for those types of experiences. Most of us don't want that level of a thrill. We would prefer to feel safe and comfortable and supported and taken care of inside of our routines that we know we can depend on. And to be pushed outside of that comfort zone in a way that is just so um triggering, not triggering, what's the right word? Inciting of the entire nervous system, of our entire body, mind, spirit. It's very overwhelming and creates a lot of like anxiety and a desire to stay away from. And so they just want to set up this conversation with that parameter or idea in mind. That we are taught from a very early age to avoid risks because risks create that sensation. They create this teetering moment of feeling that rush of not knowing which way the pendulum is going to swing. Are you going to take the leap and be okay or not? Is there going to be a bungee rope attached to you and you're going to rebound back up again? Or are you just going to free fall and there's not going to be any safety net beneath you? And we grow up watching those around us grapple with a lot of those circumstances and decisions and witness the massive discomfort that that brings up. And we learn from our elders to avoid any circumstances that might require a risk with very minimal reward or minimal chances of a reward. And that is because of the fear that it evokes in them that they are trying to prepare us for or to give us a lesson about so that we don't have to experience that. They are trying to protect us from those feelings that they may have encountered or been on the receiving end of someone else having to encounter. And it didn't work out for them, or they have witnessed someone else having to pick up the pieces after having gone through something like that, and they just want to make sure that we never have to deal with that. And this is a lesson that we take on and move through life with, that we have to keep our guard up, we have to protect ourselves, and we have to make sure that we are always risk averse. Or if we do take a risk of some sort, if we take a chance, um, the payoff will be well worth doing so. And this is kind of like something that we weigh in advance. It's like, is the payoff really going to be worth it? Is it worth it for me to put myself on the line that much, where the payoff is going to be so extremely life-changing that it's going to be worth that really uncomfortable thrill feeling to put myself out there like that? And usually we find other avenues where we don't have to do that, that feel way less threatening, way less risky, because we just don't enjoy the anticipation that it could blow up in our face. We've worked too hard to lose it all, and so why take that risk? Or our families have worked too hard in order to put us in a position where we don't have to risk it all. And so why shove that in their face when we don't have to? Why put everything that they've worked so hard to build at risk if we don't have to? And so we don't, in order to protect ourselves and in order to protect them as well. But they're saying that there's energy here that we're not aware of. When we're weighing all of these choices, when we're carrying all of this weight, there's energy here that we're not aware of. And this is the energy of what? Of our divine selves, of the part of us that's connected to something greater than us, that we don't take the time to register is there because we're so distracted by the day-to-day things that we forget. We forget that it exists and we don't remember how to tune into it. And it's this quiet, gentle remembering that there's more. There's more here than what you're tangibly interacting with on a day-to-day basis. And it's this incredibly loving, it's incredibly loving what? What are you showing me? It's this, it's this like gut knowing, gut feeling that something is right for you, that you're meant to move in a specific direction, that something is calling to you from beyond it. And we oftentimes misinterpret what that is. Okay. We believe that that feeling is fear, or it evokes fear. That gut feeling evokes a fearful response because it's the same or similar feeling that we get when we want to take a leap into the unknown, that our gut is like, this feels unstable. Um, and I am not comfortable feeling this. And so we shy away from it. And they're saying that this gut knowing, this like it's in, they're like, I'm feeling it like in my stomach, in the pit of my stomach. But it's different from fear. It's like this weird, like gut feeling that's saying this way, this thing. But we don't trust it because we don't know where it's leading us. There's no, um, we can't identify what's beyond that feeling. We can't visibly see the safety net that we're going to have this gentle landing and fall into. And so we tend not to trust it and have learned to mistrust it and think through our logical brain rather than have that feeling. We actually tend to shut that feeling down anytime we feel it because it reminds us of like a fearful response to something. It's like, oh, this feels, I'm unsure, I don't know, and therefore I feel like I should be afraid of that thing. What do you want us to know about this? They're saying that gut feeling is coming from a deeper part of you that senses that there's something exciting on the other side of it, that the reality that you're wanting is going to be available in that direction. And that's why it's creating that exciting feeling, is because you're feeling the reality in that direction. You're feeling like the energy and the vibration of that reality that is calling to you. But because you are mistrusting of it, because you have been taught to shy away from experiences or choices that feel uncertain, you you don't um, feel comfortable exploring it. But they're saying that that feeling, that gut feeling that brings up this like butterfly, exciting feeling that is coming from a sense that that direction is going to lead you down a path that will create more of that feeling, more of that exciting feeling, which is ultimately something that you're craving. You're wanting to feel excited about your life and the potential and your ability and everything that you're wanting to experience. And so you're sensing the excitement that is available inside of choosing that path. But then it brings you back to this feeling of the excitement of taking a leap and not knowing if you're going to have a soft landing or not. And because there's no guarantee that if you move in that direction, that the risk is going to be worth the reward, you don't. And so what you're doing is you're cutting yourself off from the inner part of you that is wanting to support you inside of what you want. You are perceiving that you can have what you want in that direction, but it's coming through in a felt sense because that is how the universe works. Through energy. And all you can do is feel the potential of the energy in that direction. You don't know why, because that is up to you. It's up to you to create the why. Why am I feeling excited about what's down that path? I don't know. We'll see. I'll create the thing and then I'll be excited about it. But because you haven't created it yet, you don't have the awareness of why it feels exciting, why there's this like butterfly feeling when you think about it. And because you've been taught to fear or be risk adverse, you don't trust it. You would rather trust what's concrete. And so they're saying that this is the way that you support you in getting what you want. is through these openings in sensation that come through in the form of vibration. And you are feeling a vibration of a potential that's calling to you because you're desiring to experience that frequency. And in that way, your ability to perceive energy that's desired and that's created in that reality is supporting you in what you want. I'm missing something. And they're saying that you're also supporting you in what you want by disregarding it. You are choosing the path that feels safer to you. Isn't that a form of support? So ultimately, you are always being supported in whatever way you choose to show up in your life. If you are making decisions from a place of fear, that is you supporting you in what you're afraid of. You're protecting yourself. That's a form of support. If you are someone that is less risk averse and that enjoys that exciting feeling and likes and wants to move towards it and makes the point to, then you are also supporting you by trusting the vibration that's calling to you. And so, regardless of how you approach your existence, there's always the desire to support you inside of it. And you get to determine how that's done. And there is nothing to be ashamed of in shying away from experiences that evoke fear and mistrust because because why would you want to put that pressure and stress on you if it's not needed? And if it feels better to trust the wisdom of the people who raised you, do that. Follow that. If that feels good to you, then that is how you are supporting you inside of your livelihood. And so they're saying that ultimately we have created a reality where we get to choose our adventure. We get to choose our path. And there is no one way to play this game. You make the rules. You determine how you navigate it. But ultimately, the entire point is that you are supporting you as you do so, whatever way you want to look at it. And one day, you will look back at your life and feel very proud of all of the times that you listened to your gut. And they're saying that that is what got you here. And that is what will continue to motivate you and drive you forward is this gut instinct of right and wrong. And whether that comes through as this butterfly feeling in your stomach or this fear or this desire to choose a path that feels more certain, they're both gut feelings that you trusted to guide you forward. So you created a reality where you supported you in whatever way was most needed. So how can you argue that the universe never supports you when you have spent your entire life being the one to make sure that that's not true. What? To make sure that that's, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? They're saying that the universe is how you choose to see it. And if you choose to believe that there's like an energy greater than you and outside of you that's guiding you, then you're trusting it to. And your trust in it to guide you is it's supporting you and you allowing it to, and you trusting that it will. And if you believe that you are the creator of your reality and that it's up to you to create the life and circumstances that are best for you, then you are responsible for doing that. And you have done that, and you will continue and always will do that. And in that respect, you support you. And so there is no reality where you're not supported. Um, Wait. What do you say about circumstances that happen to us that are outside of our control and that lead us down a path that is one of suffering? What do you say in response to that? How do you choose to see the repercussions of those actions that one got you to a place of suffering and two will be the same perseverance, strength, and resilience to guide you through it, beyond it, past it, and out of it. We can't always control what happens to us. Again, you take a risk, you take a leap, or a new path presents itself that opens a door into a reality you didn't anticipate, and you walk through it not knowing where it's going to lead you, and maybe it doesn't work out in the way that you wanted it to. But they're saying, but then what happens? What happens after that? You grieve the loss of something that you didn't realize you needed. You support yourself inside of that experience, and then you determine where you're going to go from there. You're supporting you the entire way through. And if you ever believe that that you're alone in that circumstance, in that in that scenario, you have the option to call in for help and believe that there is going to be some divine intervention available for you. And again, you get to choose. You get to support you, or you get to choose that something can come in to support you and protect you and guide you. And either way, you're going to receive that support. And they want you to focus rather than the circumstances that life is going to hand you. They want you to focus rather on how it feels as you navigate it, because that is where the support is coming from. Support isn't necessarily always getting what you want. Support is feeling like you are being held inside of the circumstances that you are being dealt, if you can feel supported inside of your sense of self, that's what they're talking about. And that is the leap that you're taking. It is not trusting that the landing is going to look a particular way. It's trusting that regardless of where you land, you're going to feel protected. And sometimes you might lose sight of that ability to feel that way. And what? And that is also a form of protection too, because in that moment in time, it feels better to feel left behind and allow for nature to run its course, which is guide you, which is what? Be there for you in that moment. When you're at the lowest of your lows, how, how can you be there for you in that moment? And if that means surrendering completely and just hoping for the best, then that is a form of trusting that you will be guided. And that trust means that you will be, because you are opening your heart into believing that that support is there and available. And in that respect, you are comforting you. And isn't that the greatest amount of support that you can provide for you in a moment like that? Okay. Anything else you'd like to say about this? Yeah, they're saying that there is not one way to move through this life, to move through this world. They don't need, they don't, what's the word? Yeah, they don't need you to believe that you're always going to be taken care of if that doesn't feel like that's true. Like if you truly don't feel like there is going to be some like divine intervention coming here to rescue you, um, then what? Yeah, they're not saying that that's what they meant. They're saying that's how it was interpreted, but that's not what was meant inside of what they said. What they meant and what they actually said was that the support that they were referring to is how you support you in whatever way is needed and wanted. And you always will. You always have and you always will, but you will do it in a way that works best for you because that's what support is. Wow. Thank you for that reflection. I love that. Yeah. In my head, I'm just like, is this semantics? But it's not. They're getting to the heart of what they truly mean by support. And I think we tend to think that support means that we'll get what our ego wants. And sometimes we get what our ego wants, and it doesn't feel very good on the other side of it. It doesn't provide the experience that we thought it would. And then you have to support yourself through that too, emotionally, mentally, physically, emotionally. And that is what they were referring to, is how you are showing up for you. in however that's needed most, because that is what support means. Cool. Thank you so much, Spirit, for sharing this wisdom with us today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like this video, subscribe to this channel of more for more of these videos. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to share with you that I am currently taking on clients. For most of this year, I took a step back from doing that for personal reasons. And right now, I'm feeling really called to open that back up again. I work with people on a one-on-one capacity in single sessions or in a mentorship capacity for 3 months. And these sessions are designed to support you in whatever way is needed most. If you're struggling with something in your life, if you're looking to gain clarity about something that you're experiencing, if you're wanting support in understanding how to navigate something in a way that feels good for you, or if you're wanting to expand your intuitive abilities. This is how I support clients, and I do it from an intuitive coaching perspective. So it's not a psychic reading, but I sit down with you and I receive intuitive information that I share with you that allows you to learn how to tap in, how to tune into your own wisdom and allow that to guide you forward so that you become your own guide, leader, mentor, and coach. And you can find out all the information about that on my website, amandalaurenblau.com. And feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have about that. And I also wanted to share that I'm going to be hosting some group events coming up, which is all um, geared around the same types of themes, but it's going to be done in a group format where you're all going to get one-on-one coaching time with me, but rather than the entire session being in a one-on-one situation, it's going to be in a group capacity, which is always so fun because you get to watch someone else moving through something, which you learn so much from doing. And then you also get to share that experience by receiving coaching and witnessing just how universal a lot of the things that we're experiencing are, and having that knowing that you're not alone in what you're going through is priceless. And then having a community to support you as you move through that is there's nothing better. And I'm going to be sharing information about that soon. So stick around if you'd like to learn more. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Bye.